Tottenham star Mohammed Kudus is in Amsterdam to see a specialist as he bids to return from the hamstring injury he suffered in January. The Spurs midfielder has not kicked a ball since pulling up in the clash against Sunderland. Sign up for the football newsletter. Thank you. Mohammed Kudus has been ruled out since January due to a hamstring problem. Credit. Shutterstock Editorial. The Ghanaian was as a £55 million signing from West Ham, but injuries have limited his impact after a bright start. Credit. Getty. And SunSport understands Kudus has travelled back to Amsterdam to consult a trusted expert from his time at Ajax. Sources say the specialist is the same one who helped Kudus recover from a knee injury sustained while playing for Ajax against Liverpool in the Champions League in 2020. Kudus has remained close to the medic ever since and requested permission from Spurs to undergo treatment with him as he steps up his recovery. The Ghana international joined Tottenham last summer from West Ham in a £55 million deal and quickly established himself as one of the club's most dangerous attacking threats under the now-sacked Thomas Frank. Read more in Sports. His absence has been keenly felt, with the 25-year-old missing the club's last 9 matches. However, SunSport has been told that Kudus is targeting a return to full team training after the March international break. There is also significant interest in his recovery from Ghana, with the national side closely monitoring his progress ahead of this year's World Cup. The Black Stars are set to face England in the group stage, and Kudus is considered a key figure in their plans. Most read in Sport. Alongside Manchester City forward Antoine Semenyo, he is regarded as one of the leading faces of the Ghana squad. Best online casinos, top sites in the UK. The Ghana Football Association are even planning to visit Kudus to gain a first-hand update on the expected timeline of his comeback. Tottenham's medical staff remain in contact with their counterparts in Amsterdam as they oversee the player's rehabilitation program. Kudus is understood to be responding well to treatment and is determined to return stronger for the run-in. Kudus has been in Amsterdam to see the same medic who looked after him following a knee injury in the Champions League. Credit. Getty. His pace, power and eye for goal have been sorely missed during a crucial stretch of the campaign. When he does make his comeback, Kudus will do so under a new manager following Thomas Frank's sacking last week. Whoever takes charge will need to find a way to keep Kudus, along with the likes of Dejan Kulusevski, Rodrigo Bentancur and Kevin Danso, fit and off the treatment table as Spurs push to return as a top 6 side. Frank's Terrible Tactics. By Dean Scoggins, presenter, SunSport's Tactics Exposed, and Spurs fan. Thomas Frank came with the reputation of a tactically flexible manager who was the perfect man to replace stubborn Ange Postecoglou. Tactically flexible? It turned out he was tactically inept. The early optimism of beating Manchester City and giving Paris St. Germain scare in the Super Cup quickly evaporated. An interchanging 4-4-2 diamond against City followed the 5-3-2 formation against the French Champions League winners, and many fans, including this one, were saying that Angeball was replaced by Adaptaball. But then it all turned into slow, ponderous and predictable. No attacking patterns of play, no progressive shapes and no idea of how to get the ball to the talents of Xavi Simons, Wilson Odobert and latterly the fit again Dominic Solanke. There was absolutely zero evidence that attacking work and fast football was being coached on the training ground. And then there was Frank's infuriating instructions from the touchline, arms out, seemingly telling players to be calm on the ball. All it did was promote slow, painful passing, as the Spurs fans sung at Burnley, backwards and sideways, "Ol, ol." Predominantly, Frank's engine played 4-2-3-1. It was basic and it was rinse and repeat, with the only threat coming from increasingly poor long throws and corners. At least the set pieces produced some goals, and it was left to the centre-back pairing of Mickey van de Ven and Christian Romero to be the main goal-scoring threat. Back on our tactics exposed show in December, I wanted him to change or go. Spurs have a 3-4-3 squad, not because I'm some sort of Ruben Amorim apologist, but because of the recruitment hangover under Antonio Conte and Ange Postecoglou. Centre-back and loose cannon Romero is better as a spare man in a back three. Van de Ven is built to play left of a three. Full-backs who don't like defending like Pedro Porro and a lack of class wingers meant it felt that the 3-4-3 was a more natural fit as the squad was being rebuilt. Then lo and behold, against Dortmund and Frankfurt in the Champions League and in draws against Burnley and Manchester City, it was 3-4-3, or 5-2-3 in defence. Unbeaten in 4, moving forward, then bang, back to basics at Manchester United and then at home in his final defeat to Newcastle. Even worse, against the Toon, he played Simons as the left side of the attack with Conor Gallagher as the number 10. Bizarre, and Xavi just wandered inside, leaving the left free for Toon to attack down their right. It's not the first time Frank toyed with a ghost left side. At Everton, Lucas Bergvall was left midfield, but he spent no time there. Against Fulham at home, the same, and in both games the opposition worked it out and switched play to wide open spaces. Yes, Frank had a horrible injury list. Yes, the board deserved blame for the recruitment. But that team, the results and the genuine relegation battle that Spurs find themselves in is down to Frank. Watch Dean Scoggins on our Tactics Exposed show on YouTube by scanning the QR code, and follow at Dino Decides on X, Instagram and TikTok. Comments.